Hello everybody and welcome to Notorious Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm Notorious Cly, and this is a brief combo video for Bystial Resonators. I'm assuming most of you are here because you saw my Bystial Resonator deck profile video. If you haven't, please go check it out. Lots of good stuff there. I talked for about 18 minutes about the Bystials and the Resonators and how they mesh almost perfectly together to form my favorite version of Resonator Red Dragon Archfiend post new support. You know, I had to shamelessly plug the video, but there's a little bit of selflessness in there as well. If that video gets to 1,000 views, I will be raffling off 6 copies of the Crimson King structure deck. Please check out my community page to see more info on how you can enter. And without wasting any more time, let's jump right into this brief combo video. The first combo we're going to run through is the 2-card combo, and it is the bread and butter 2-card combo, the one you are always going to be looking for. The 2 cards that you need to have in hand in order to execute this combo are Soul Resonator and the Bystial Rebellion. You can see on screen, we have fulfilled those requirements. So we can ignore the other 3 cards. We're only focused on Soul Resonator, Bystial Rebellion. First, we are going to go ahead and activate the Bystial Rebellion, sending it from our hands to the graveyard to add a Bystial monster from our deck to our hand. Our Bystial monster of choice is going to be the Bystial Saronir. Next, we're going to go ahead and summon Soul Resonator. Since Soul Resonator was summoned, we're going to go ahead and add 1 level 4 lower Fiend type monster from our deck to our hand. Our Fiend type monster of choice is Bone Archfiend. Next, we are going to activate Bone Archfiend's effect to special summon itself. We will need to send 1 card from our field or hand to the graveyard, and we are going to elect to send the Bystial Saronir. Bone Archfiend will special summon itself, and Bystial Saronir's effect will activate because it was sent to the graveyard. We are going to send from deck to graveyard, Branded Regained. Next up, we are going to activate Bone Archfiend's second effect. We are going to target Soul Resonator and send a Fiend type tuner from our deck to the graveyard in order to increase or decrease Soul Resonator's level by 1. We are going to dump Crimson Resonator from deck and elect to decrease Soul Resonator's level. You can see me put 2 tokens on here to represent that it is now level 2. Since it is now level 2, we are going to use the level 2 tuner in Soul Resonator and the level 4 non-tuner in Bone Archfiend to synchro summon Red Rising Dragon. Red Rising Dragon on summon will target Crimson Resonator in graveyard, and on resolution will special summon the Crimson Resonator back to our side of the field. Since the only other monster we control on our side of the field is a Dark Dragon Synchro monster, we are going to use Crimson Resonator's effect to special summon 2 Resonators not named Crimson from hand or deck. We are going to elect to special summon Synchron Resonator from deck and Vision Resonator from deck. Next, we are going to use the Red Rising Dragon and the Vision Resonator to synchro summon the brand new Scar Red Dragon Archfiend. Vision Resonator's effect will trigger since it was sent to the graveyard, and we're going to add a spell or trap that mentions Red Dragon Archfiend from our deck to our hand. We're going to add Crimson Gaia. Next up, we are going to synchro summon using the Scar Red Dragon Archfiend and the Synchron Resonator for Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. We will have 2 effects trigger in graveyard here, Scar Red Dragon Archfiend and Synchron Resonator. We're going to resolve Synchron Resonator to add a Resonator from our graveyard back to our hand that is not named Synchron Resonator. Next, we're going to go ahead and use Scar Red Dragon Archfiend's effect because it was sent from field to graveyard to special summon Red Dragon Archfiend from our extra deck. Please note that the special summon of this Red Dragon Archfiend is considered a synchro summon. Does not matter for our combo, but it's just something good to keep in mind. Next, we are going to use the Bystial Rebellion in graveyard, tributing off the Red Dragon Archfiend to special summon itself. Use the effect of Bystial Rebellion to go ahead and place a branded spell or trap from our deck to the face-up spell and trap zone. We are going to choose Branded Beast. Next up, we will use the level 2 tuner Crimson Resonator and the level 8 non-tuner in the Bystial Rebellion to go ahead and synchro summon Bystial Dissipator. Next, we will activate Crimson Gaia and add 1 card that mentions Red Dragon Archfiend from our deck to our hand. Our card of choice is going to be Red Zone. We are going to go ahead and set Red Zone, and then we will move to the end phase where Branded Beast will trigger its effect, and we will be able to place the Branded Regain from our graveyard to our spell and trap zone. During our opponent's turn, they are most certainly going to normal or special summon a monster. So we will be able to use Branded Regain to special summon back the Bystial Rebellion. And we will be able to activate the red zone at our leisure. This is the full combo. You have Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, which is negate any one face-up card on the field. Bystial Despotter, which is currently not live because there are no monsters in the banish pile. However, in this deck list, I feel confident enough that we will have a Bystial in hand because we are playing a critical mass of them, that we can banish a later dark monster from either player's graveyard at a moment's notice to go ahead and turn on the Bystial Despater's effect. At the very least, Bystial Despater is a Bystial monster, so it is eligible to allow Branded Beast to activate its effect. We also have the Bystial Rebellion for those purposes. It is, of course, a Bystial monster, so it will allow Branded Beast to tribute off a dragon type monster we control to destroy one card our opponent controls. It's worth mentioning now that we also have the bonus effect of Crimson Gaia. If a monster on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect, we can special summon one Red Dragon Archfiend from our graveyard. This will allow us to get back the OG Red Dragon Archfiend we put in the graveyard over the course of our combo, or the Scar Red Dragon Archfiend since it is considered Red Dragon Archfiend while it is on the field or in the graveyard. In addition to having used the effect of Branded Regain to special summon Bystial Rebellion back from our graveyard, we also have the ability, if a later dark monster is banished, we can target one of those banished monsters, place it on the bottom of the deck, and draw a card. It's also worth mentioning now that Red Zone isn't really going to be doing too much for us in this setup, but I always like placing it in the Spell and Trap Zone because it allows Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss to do something nifty, like negate an opponent's Dark Ruler No More, or Forbidden Drop it, provided they did not send a trap. They would activate something like Dark Ruler No More, and although we cannot respond with monster effects, we can respond with the effect of a trap, or the activation of a trap. We will activate Red Zone, and then we will pass priority to our opponent. If our opponent has no quick effects they would like to activate at that time, priority will pass back to us, and we can now use Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss's effect to negate the Dark Ruler No More, because we are not responding to Dark Ruler No More, we are responding to the activation of Red Zone. A few more things to keep in mind here is that we have excellent follow-up with this setup. Crimson Gaia is a continuous spell, and when it comes back to our turn, we can activate the effect of Crimson Gaia to add one card that mentions Red Dragon Archfiend from our deck to our hand. This means we can get a second copy of Vision Resonator, or we can go ahead and get another copy of Soul Resonator in rotation. In Graveyard, we also have Bone Archfiend. Bone Archfiend, in addition to being able to summon itself from the hand, can also special summon itself from the graveyard. It means as long as Crimson Gaia stays face up on the field and Bone Archfiend stays in our graveyard, we are guaranteed to have the level 2 tuner plus level 4 non-tuner follow up on our next turn. We also have the 3 other cards in our hand to help us play or rebuild our board, because remember, this was a 2-card combo. That's about all I have for this combo. Let's move on to the next one. This next combo I'm going to show is a 1-card or 1.5 card combo, depending on what you open. If you open Crimson Gaia, it is a 1-card combo, because Crimson Gaia will be a card that stays face up on our side of the field, so we can use it as fuel for Bone Archfiend's effect. Bone Archfiend will be able to send that from the field to the graveyard to special summon itself. If we don't open Crimson Gaia, but we open another way to Soul Resonator, whether that be Resonator Call or Soul Resonator itself, it is going to be a 1.5 card combo. You can see in my hand here that I have opened Resonator Call, which fulfills the obligation for our 1.5 card combo. So let's go ahead and activate Resonator Call and grab Soul Resonator from our deck to our hand. Next, we are going to go ahead and normal summon the Soul Resonator, and we will add Bone Archfiend from our deck to our hand. We will use Bone Archfiend, sending any card from our hand to the graveyard to special summon itself. We will then use Bone Archfiend's effect targeting Soul Resonator to go ahead and send a Fiend type tuner from our deck to the graveyard to modulate the level of Soul Resonator up or down. We are always going to choose to modulate it down 1. Soul Resonator will become a level 2, and just like you saw last time, we sent Crimson Resonator from deck to graveyard. Next, we are going to go ahead and synchro summon for Red Rising Dragon. Red Rising Dragon will go ahead and target Crimson Resonator to special summon it back to our side of the field. Since the only other monster we control on our side of the field is a Dark Dragon Synchro monster, Crimson Resonator will be able to activate its effect to special summon up to 2 Resonators not named Crimson Resonator from hand or deck. We are going to elect to special summon Vision Resonator and Synchron Resonator from our deck. Next, we will use Red Rising Dragon and Vision Resonator to go ahead and synchro summon Scar Red Dragon Archfiend. Vision Resonator's effect will trigger here. Since it was sent to the graveyard, we can add 1 spell or trap that mentions Red Dragon Archfiend from our deck to our hand. We are going to add Crimson Gaia. Next, we will use the Scar Red Dragon Archfiend and the Synchron Resonator to synchro summon Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. We will have 2 effects triggering graveyard here again. We have Scar Red Dragon Archfiend, since it was sent from the field to the graveyard, to special summon Red Dragon Archfiend from our extra deck and treat that summon as a synchro summon. We also have Synchron Resonator to target a Resonator in our graveyard, not named Synchron Resonator, and add it back to our hand. We are going to go ahead and add back the Vision Resonator, and Scar Red Dragon Archfiend is going to special summon that Red Dragon Archfiend from our extra deck. Next, we are going to use the Vision Resonator in hand to special summon itself, because we control a level 5 or higher dark monster. Friendly reminder that we do not have to be the one to control a dark monster, but for the purposes of this setup, we're the ones who control it. It's also worth mentioning that Vision Resonator, when it special summons itself using its own effect, does not start a chain. It is what is colloquially referred to as an inherent summon. It is not an activated effect like that of Crimson Resonator. So we're going to special summon that Vision Resonator, and we're going to use the level 2 tuner Crimson Resonator, the level 2 tuner Vision Resonator, and the level 8 non-tuner Red Dragon Archfiend to go ahead and synchro summon Red Nova Dragon. Next, we are going to activate Crimson Gaia, and we are going to add Red Zone from our deck to our hand. We will set Red Zone, and then we will pass our turn to our opponent. During our opponent's turn, we will be able to activate Red Zone, and now we will be able to use the effect to target 1 card on the field and destroy it because we control a monster that mentions Red Dragon Archfiend. Red Nova Dragon, in its card text, for its material requirement, mentions Red Dragon Archfiend, which means it legally qualifies as a card that will allow you to use the effect of Red Zone. That is going to be our 1 card or 1.5 card combo. Please keep in mind that you will have 3 or 4 cards left in your hand, and you can do whatever it is you choose to do with them. The purpose of showcasing this combo was to highlight what you can do if you don't open the Bystial engine. This board is still pretty good in my opinion, considering we only invested 1.5 cards to make it. We have Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, again, to negate any 1 face-up card on the field. Red Nova Dragon, which cannot be destroyed by card effects, and can help protect us from battle. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, we can target the attacking monster, negate the attack, banish Red Nova Dragon, and the Red Nova Dragon is special summoned back during the next end phase. We also have the effects of Crimson Gaia that I highlighted last time, and the same thing goes for Red Zone. We also have Bone Archfiend in graveyard, and Crimson Gaia on our go-around turn to help guarantee follow-up. Alright everybody, that's going to go ahead and do it for our brief combo tutorial. Thank you everybody for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what types of videos you would like to see next, whether it's something specifically for this list or a different version of Resonators. I am currently working on a budget list of Resonator Red Dragon Archfiend and a non-budget pure build, since I already showcased the Bystial build. I hope to see all of you there on those videos. Thanks again for watching. Be safe, have fun everybody.